Fix It Please by Ellen Weiss, illustrated by Bill Morrison. It was a beautiful Monday morning on Sesame Street. Louis was late for work. Today, Louis thought, I'm finally going to fix my clock. Without it, I never know when it's time to open the fix-it shop. I can't wait to start working on it. Louise, wait a second, Louise, called a familiar voice. Louise turned it to look. Big Bird was running toward him. Oh, I'm so glad you're opening your shop, puffed Big Bird. My gooseneck lamp is broken, Louise. Will you fix it, please? Well, Big Bird, I was going to work on my clock today. Could you bring your lamp in tomorrow? Gee, I guess so, said Big Bird. But I'm reading The Mystery of the Missing Birdseed, and I'm about to find out who took the birdseed. I want to finish reading it in my nest tonight, so I need my lamp. Louis laughed. Okay, Big Bird, I'll take a look at it. Come back this afternoon. Louis had just sat down at his workbench and started to work on Big Bird's lamp when Cookie Monster charged into the shop. Terrible thing happened to Louis. He moaned. Me broke cookie jar. Me have no place to keep cookies. Louis sighed. Okay, leave your cookie jar here, he said, and come back this afternoon. Well, Louis thought, I guess I can do my clock later. As soon as Cookie Monster left, there was a knock on the door. It was Ernie. Hi, Ernie. What's up? Asked Louise. Boy, I'm glad you're here, Ernie said. I was just going roller skating, and this little part on my skate got bent. Can you fix it, please, right now? Huh, Louise? Before Louise could answer, they heard a loud noise. Squeak, squeak, squeak. What can that be? Said Ernie as he and Louise ran to the door. It is I, lovable furry old Grover, said a voice. What's that awful noise? Asked Louise. It is my little red wagon, panted Grover. I left it out in the rain and it got all rusted. I am so sad. Can you fix it, please, Louise? I'll fix your wagon, Grover, right after I fix Ernie's skates, Louise said. You go play with Ernie and come back a little later. Louis sat down and sighed a big sigh. On this workbench were the lamp, the cookie jar, the roller skate, and the little red wagon. He wondered if he would ever get to fix his clock. Hi, Louise, said Maria from the doorway. Ask if you could stop by his ken for a minute to do him a favor. Louis sighed again. Okay, he said. Muchas gracias, Louise, and I think you'd better bring a hammer. Oscar was a very grouchy grouch. What's the matter, Oscar? Asked Louise. It's my dump garbage can, complained Oscar. It won't slam right. It just closes with this quiet little thud instead of a loud clang. We can fix that in a minute, said Louise. I'll just bang it out of shape again. He began to bang the lid with his hammer. There, said Louise, giving the lid one last bang. Gee, thanks, Louise, said Oscar. Clang! Oscar disappeared, happily slamming his can lid behind him. Ah, ah, music to my ears, Louise heard Oscar say from inside the can. On his way back to the fix-it shop, Louise passed the Mr. Hooper store. Aha! Just the person I wanted to see, called Mr. Hooper. Would you fix the broken stool in my store, Louise? Oh, I guess so, answered Louise. Martha was waiting for Louise when he got back to his shop. She held out a broken Jack-in-the-Box. Please fix it, Louise, she asked in a sad voice. Louise could not say no. Louise finished repairing the Jack-in-the-Box. All fixed it. Thank you, Martha said happily as she scampered away. Then Harry Master brought in his rocking chair with the broken seat, and Prairie Dawn brought in her portable radio. The little metal tab that held the battery in place was broken. Louis worked very hard to finish all the things he had promised to fix. He looked inside Big Bird's lamp. He finished gluing Cookie Monster's jar. He straightened out Ernie's roller skate. He oiled Grover's squeaky wagon wheels. He made a new seat for Harry's chair. He put a new tab in Prairie Dawn's radio. Just as Louis was all finished, Maria came back into the fix-it shop. Louis, she said, why don't you stop working and go home? Don't you know how late it is? Louis said, I've been trying all day to find the time to fix my clock, and now the day was over. Anyway, I think I have some visitors, he said, looking out the door. Louis saw all his friends coming down the street. Thank you, Louise, everyone said, trying out all the things Louise had fixed it. By the way, Big Bird, said Louise, there wasn't anything wrong there wasn't anything wrong with your lamp. I think you just forgot to plug it in. Louis was glad he had fixed everything that was broken on Sesame Street. Tomorrow, he said, I'll be able to fix my clock at last. The end.